All right. Good evening, cyber friends. It's the Midi Man coming at you again from back here, Walk Studio in Studio B. And we want to say again, we give all the praise and honor to God, who's the head of my life, and we strength of my life. We just thank Him for life, health, and strength. Thanking Him for the weather it is. We also thank Him for our inner circle, friends. You know who you are. As y'all see my title here, really and truly, this was my pastor's message on this morning. This was my pastor's message. Pastor Christopher Williams of the Antioch Missionary Baptist Church. And this was his message on this morning. He came from Revelation 3rd chapter, 14 through 18 verse. I'm very familiar with that scripture. I've read it many times. But he really preached a powerful sermon on it this morning. Gave all of us something to think about. And like I say, people, you can never get too much of the word. No matter how much you think you know, there's always room for more. There's always room for more. So I just want to say that he was talking about that lukewarm church. That lukewarm church. In other words, there are 7 churches that Jesus showed John in the book of Revelation. The churches of Asia Minor at that time, those were literally churches. They were not figurative speaking churches. They were literal churches that was in that region at that time in Asia Minor. And Laodicea was one of those churches. And it was called the lukewarm church. And let me tell you what God said about that church. Let me tell you what God said about it. He said, you're lukewarm. He said, I would rather you be hot or cold. But since you're lukewarm, you make me sick to my stomach. I'm going to spew you out of my mouth. In other words, that's just the way it could be, like our pastor told us this morning. It doesn't necessarily mean the church. It could be you or me. We could be lukewarm ourselves. And most of the time, that's the way it is. It just, the church can be no hotter or colder than the members that belong to it. So in other words, I just decided I'd throw that on in there for size. Many man is just, like I say, y'all, I try not to put up no beef, put up no fronts. I just try to be me. Try to be the best I can be. Tend to my business and leave other folk business alone. That's a commandment too. Apostle Paul says, see to it that you mind your own affairs. A lot of people don't understand that. They think that was a suggestion. No, that was not a suggestion. That was a command. You're supposed to take care of your own affairs and leave everybody else alone. As far as this lukewarmness, now, I don't know about y'all, but I like coffee. And I want my coffee hot. I don't want no lukewarm coffee. Make you sick. I don't want no lukewarm coffee. Now, if I want ice water, I want it cold. So I can understand what God was saying. I would rather for you to either be hot or cold. But because you're in the middle, I can't use you. You make me sick to my stomach. I'm going to spew you out. And that means he was representing, they were speaking of this church of Laodicea. They had become lukewarm. Just like a lot of us, in my opinion, and I've heard other scholars and other teachers or prophetic teachers teach on this thing, that church of Laodicea, even though it was a literal church in Asia Minor during the time of John and was on the Isle of Patmos, it was also figuratively speaking, this represent the church of the end days where we are right now. Everybody's lukewarm. Church is lukewarm. That's exactly it. Those 7 churches represented 7 church ages, and we have had 7, and we're in the last age right now, according to certain scholars and certain Bible prophetic teachers say that we're in the age of the church of Laodicea right now. Lukewarmness, because everywhere you look, people are lukewarm. In the church, out the church, people are lukewarm. Nobody's really on fire about nothing anymore. You can't get people to be on fire about nothing anymore. And this is what God said, make him sick to his stomach. And you know what, y'all? I told the pastor today. I told my pastor, I said, well, pastor, and I meant this. I said, I got a few loose boards. I got a few loose boards on my building and a few shingles that's missing. But I don't want to become as raggedy as that Laodicean church. I just told the truth. I really did. And I hope that y'all feel the same way. Mitty Man sitting back here the night, on this Sunday night, and I can think back, over the weeks ago and everything, and when I was trying to recover and everything, and I missed the fact that I was back here in my studio like I am now. I missed that. In other words, I certainly did miss it. In other words, trying to do my videos in the comfort of my own studio here, and I remember thinking, I said, well, Lord, I said, after a while, one day I will be back in my studio, and lo and behold, I am back in my studio. But I wanted to say this, people, I want to be on either hot or cold. I don't want to be lukewarm, and I really mean that. And that's how come I say right now, I got some stuff that I fell asleep this afternoon. I was got to sleep and I went to sleep. Got me a real good nap. So tonight I'm gonna work a little bit. I'm not gonna say how long I'm gonna work, but I'm gonna work a little bit tonight. I'm gonna load up my music software, and I'm gonna get over here this keyboard back here and use it as a controller to control my VSTs inside of my music software. And I'm gonna get busy because I want to start writing on another song on a title that I used on last night, I believe, Dark Cloud Rides. And I want to see, can I set something up with that? Because like I said, people, Mitty Man's going to be hot or Mitty Man's going to be cold. But I'm not going to be lukewarm. Because remember, there are some drinks you want hot, and there are some drinks you want cold. Now, when I drink hot chocolate and cocoa and coffee, I want that hot. But now if I drink ice water and Kool-Aid and all that kind of stuff, I want that cold. And I got to watch the sugar intake on that thing, like I'm saying. But at any rate, y'all know what I'm talking about. And I didn't mean to come to make this video a whole long video, drawn out and everything. But I'm just telling you what my pastor said this morning. And he had a great sermon this morning, telling about that lukewarm church. And like I said, I'm no stranger to that subject matter. I've read that story many times in the book of Revelation. But it's always good to hear it come from somebody else. You can always get something. Like I say, I don't care how much you think you know, you can always get some more because we don't know it all. And like I said, that lukewarm church or that lukewarm individual, a lot of us have become lukewarm in everything that we do, just about it. And I'm going to end this thing because right now I'm getting crossed up. So thank y'all for giving me your attention. And remember, whatever you get into, if God ain't in it, please, ma'am, please, sir, get out of it because it's going to come to nothing. Till the next video, next Bible study. This Mitty Man saying peace and goodbye.